What was your favourite episode to film and why?
Oh, favourite episode to film? Probably the last one, because it was just such a well-written script, and it was such a great arc to go on. You know, it had that wonderful foil of, you know, Tessa's breast cancer, and so you had all the support of Claire, and then you had the, you know, the worrying sister, and then the relief, and then the romance of, we're about to be, and you saw sides of Claire, and I knew because I was leaving, I could really let the reins off a bit and really allow the girl to be seen. You know, when he was going to find her the ring, and he has the guns up on the thing. You know, she's actually jumping up and down, clapping her hands. I mean, hello, it was the closest to me you've ever seen in the entire.
Brizzy.
Yeah, Brizzy, that one. Yeah, but I just, you know, because that was it. I just let the character go, and then of course the scene where she died is, you know, it's the hardest scene I think I've had to do, and it was beautifully written. Everybody did a beautiful job in it, so that was kind of satisfying to do, you know.
Now, did you originally go for a guest role on MD?
No, I thought I was going for a guest role. I was told I was going for a guest role, and then it ended up being for Claire, but I didn't know that. I thought because my friend was going for it, and she'd had such extensive auditioning over months with such big scenes, I thought mine was just a tiny, small little scene. I thought, it's a guest. They're just using Claire's, you know, audition piece, a small part of Claire's audition piece, just to see if I can act. I didn't realise they were actually going for Claire. Because at that time, Bridie was playing Claire.
Okay.
Jess was playing Bridie's part. Then I came in and the whole thing kind of tippled around a bit.
Was it difficult to step out of Claire's boots, and do you find yourself now, 2 years later on, drawing from Claire's strengths, and did playing Claire change you in any way?
It took me 9 months to stop, to get her out of my system, and to talk and walk and sit and think like me. And so yes, that took a while. And then, what was the other part of the question?
At 2 years later on, 2 years later, drawing on Claire's strengths, and did playing Claire change you in any way?
I think I really liked her centeredness and her no-nonsense attitude. I liked that. So I think I kind of kept a little bit of that. Certain situations can come up, particularly if it's in a natural environment, you know, in a land environment, where if I was out of my comfort zone, which, say if I was on a farm or something, and there was a stampede coming or something like that, or something, now that's totally out of my comfort zone, and I wouldn't know what to do. I'd probably slip into Claire mode and kind of just go, now what would Claire do here?
You look very natural and comfortable with the horses on the show. However, it is mentioned you had never ridden previously. How difficult was it for you to learn? Do you enjoy horse riding? And since you left MD, have you had a chance to ride again, or do you plan to?
I'd love to ride again, and I haven't ridden again. And yes, it was quite hard to learn. I got a very sore bottom.
Well, lots of horse people comment on the fact that...
Apparently I had a good seat.
Yes. Good seat. Apparently you do have a good seat.
That's what Bill said. I think he might have said to the producers, well, neither of them can bloody ride, but Lisa's got a good seat.
Yeah, well, you look pretty natural.
And I did work really hard. Like I lived up near the property, and I just worked on the weekends, and I worked in my lunch break, and I worked any moment I could until I felt like I got a bit better at it. And then I moved back to the city. But I took months to, shoeing horses and roping steers.
Do you think you will return to acting in a weekly drama series or comedy?
Oh, I'd love to, especially a comedy.
You think comedy so well?
Well, I loved doing one of my favourite acting experiences is Melissa in Hercules. She was such a little witch. And she was just so much fun to play. And I do love comedy. I really love it. So